everyone. I wanted to talk about karma and shadow work and triggers. So, a big part of my karma has been to trust my own instincts about myself. I talk about knowing thyself often, and of course, that requires a lot of delayering and introspection. And I see my karma, I can see it like on a game board. I'm moving through my life and something comes into the playing board, and how I interact with it determines my evolution. And just like with triggers and everything, and just when you're evolving, the things never go away, right? It's how you react to it, how you perceive it, and how you alchemize and move on from it. I've always been a very expressive person, Leo Mars things, and I've never shied away from expressing myself to the fullest. And while that may be true, I really struggled with people's perception of me, and throughout, I think until I hit my Saturn return, I would take people's perception of me so seriously, and I'd be so hurt by the shit talking. And up until my Saturn return, I'm like, there has to be something seriously wrong with me. And it caused a lot of self-hatred. And some months ago, I made a video on it. I did a sound bath where I buried my shadow self, not in the sense of like shoved it away, but held a funeral for her. And I also did an exorcism on myself in the bathtub. And I had the realization that it was not other people's perception of me, it was the perception of myself, and not having a strong enough center to not give a fuck, literally. When you shine your truest light and you choose life, you love life, and you go after the things that you want, you give yourself permission to do what you want to do, you will no doubt come across people who struggle to do the same for themselves and project on you. And even since Egypt, something has really shifted in me. And on this game board analogy again, I see myself just blazing through the game, and I'm seeing these players put on the board where I once would get stuck and just torment myself with it. It just flies, it almost just goes right through me. And of course, shadow work, healing, it's great, and I love it. But we get in this tricky position of there always being something to scratch at, and it's almost puritanical to think that we always need to be healing and that there's something that always needs to be fixed. And we are born perfect. We are perfect. And I think it's a God-given right to be able to radiate that every day. And hopefully that will inspire other people to believe that in themselves as well. And I think it's really profound and a true marker of growth when someone tries to shine a light in your shadow to be able to understand where that light, that projection is coming from. It can either help you be better in that it triggered something where it's like, oh, I need to work on this, or they can't shine themselves, and so they have to illuminate or cast upon their darkness onto something inside you that's not even there. You know, it sucks, honestly, that it takes so much courage to be yourself, and that it is such almost a rare thing that anyone who is seen doing so is so triggering. And I know my heart. I know my shadow. I know my light. And I will never allow someone else's lack of love in their heart to influence the impact that mine has. We all have a spotlight, and we all deserve to shine, and someone else's light never takes away from yours, and we should all shine brightly together. I know it's like so cliche and whatever, but it's true. We can all support each other to be the brightest version of ourselves. I have crawled through glass to feel love for myself, and now that I do, it's so easy to see the game that others play, and I'm not going to play that game. I really like my game board. It's like Candyland. It's fun. This year has just been super interesting as well. I'm in a 7th house year. I have Chiron in the 7th, so this theme of having to love myself through projection from others has come up a lot, you know, and it's funny because like I want to like explain myself and like precursors, and I always say I'm gonna stop doing that, but I have like this like thought that comes in, and it's like, well, you obviously don't know your effect on people. Yeah, I do. Actually, I do, you know. So like I said, there's always more work to do on ourselves. I'm not a perfect person, but I love myself now. And I know my heart. And I will continue to shine the way that feels good in my soul. I love life right now. And I fought really hard to get here. It's kind of funny too how like this talk came up. It was because we're at my friend's birthday, and you know the girlies love when like we can look up something and it tells us something about ourselves, you know, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like something mixed with astrology and gene keys, and it gives you an animal or whatever, and mine was just like so triggering and confronting because it was like the projection of it was exactly what I didn't want to hear, you know, and I had to like sit with that. And I'm like, normally I'd be like, oh my god, this means something about me. And I realized, no the fucking don't at all.